Hey y'all, I am in Target in the Christmas section. I literally haven't even walked it yet, but I thought that I'd take you through and show you what I normally do to prep for Christmas clearance. So it's great if you can get to Target in the next couple days so that you can take a look at what they have at your store to see what is going to go on clearance. So the day after Christmas, everything will be marked down 50% off and all food will be marked down 30% off. And then after 50% comes 70% and then 90%. And usually that 90% happens like January 3rd-ish. I recommend following All Things Target for kind of the play-by-play of when the markdowns are happening. That community there is great. But so here I am kind of in the food aisle, the very first aisle of the Christmas section in the back of the store. And you can see all of these like table runners and that sort of thing. So these always, at least in my area, are left for at least 70% off. So take a look at what the selection is, how many are there, and if that'll be around for you, if that's something that you're looking for. For instance, you can see here, there's a huge selection of tablecloths, like it's totally full. So those will definitely, in my area, still be left at 70, perhaps even 90% off. The same with like these Christmas dishes. If you see a whole bunch of something, that is going to be left. It just won't sell out, generally, in my area. Now, this might not be true in your Target, but this is what I have historically found doing this Christmas shopping for most of my life. These glasses, another one. Okay, so you can see there are so many of these. I can't see the price, and there isn't a sticker here because these have all been moved. So Target will start to move all the Christmas stuff to the back of the store. So these were likely in like the houseware section, and now they're back here. So take a look if there's anything you want. Like look at these trays. Like these serving trays would be totally perfect for any time of year, not just Christmas. They're $19.99, so they'll go 50% off the day after Christmas, and they will be $10. But you can see with how many there are, I would gamble that in my store they'll get down to 70, and likely there'll still be a couple hanging out at 90% off with that type of quantity. Again, you can see here candlesticks, like these cheese cutting boards. These are $19.99. These would be great gifts any time of year. Those would be great for wedding gifts, teacher gifts, that sort of thing as well. So I like to be thinking when I'm looking at the holiday clearance, what can I use for gifting during other points during the year, not even necessarily just for Christmas. Here's chargers. Again, you can see there's a ton of them. These are priced $2.49. So these will be $1.25, which frankly is what I paid at Michael's during the season. So that isn't, I don't think, even a great deal. But there's so many of them that the quantity might be such that they'll still be here for 70% off. Okay, so let me turn here and show you. So here's all the food. So the food is going to just go down to 30% off. Target marks down food a lot slower than it does other items. Also, they have back here these advent calendars. I've never bought these before at clearance time, but with them having them back here, I bet that they are going to go 50% off and then 70% off and then 90% off, which is awesome. Okay, I'm going to skip this next aisle and come back to it because there's a lady shopping and I'm sure she doesn't want to be in my video. Okay. So let's see, paper products. This is another great thing to stock up on after Christmas. And you can use these, you know, who cares if they're Christmas for your own family, or save them for the holidays, or like these are just red. So these would be great if you've got to do Valentine's parties or that sort of thing for your kids' school or something like that. Same, like look at all of these utensil packs. So all of these right now, those are marked at $3. So those will go down to $1.50, and then they'll go down to 90 cents, and then they'll go down to 30 cents. So I'm just constantly doing that math as I'm looking at all of these items, or what are things that I can maybe use during other points of the year. Okay, let's go up this aisle. And if you've got any questions, feel free. I'm watching the comments. So you can see there's a ton of mugs. Now, I am not a fan of giving mugs to teachers because I think they have an abundance of them, but certainly there are lots of people who do give mugs to teachers. So these might be fun teacher gifts. These also might be fun like office gifts. Like I think this is funny, Geek on Fleek. So these are $3. So those would go down to $1.50, and then 90 cents, and then 30 cents, which is great. These little winter mugs, these are great. coffee, all of this kind of stuff will go get marked down, but it'll go that slower rate of that 30, 50, 70. There's some grilling sauces. So these types of things, like take them out of the Christmas packaging and put them in a basket and use them for other gifting. I've done that a lot over the years. So some things are not going to be super Christmassy, or you can take them out of the packaging to make them not Christmassy, and they can end up being great gifts. Okay, let me go down that aisle. So this seems to be like mostly a stocking stuffer aisle. You can see all of this stuff. This is a huge aisle for me when I am buying stuff for, sorry, my thumb is in the camera. When I'm buying things for Easter baskets and for kid birthday parties, all of that kind of stuff. I love stocking up on this stuff, especially at that 90% off price point. So you can see these are definitely wintry, these little bath gels. So these maybe wouldn't work unless you're having like a winter party. But these bath bombs, they are certainly in Christmas packaging, but they have plastic on them. So you could take them out and just put the bath bombs in a Easter basket or use them for a party favor or something like that. They have a ton of these bath bombs and like squishies and little like stuff like this. This kind of stuff is great for Easter baskets. These lip smackers. Look at all the different ones that they have. So all of these are going to go 50% off. They also have Band-Aids back here. These Band-Aids will go 50% off. Anything that's back here that they have for stocking stuffers will go 50 and then 70 and then 90. So these are the types of things that I buy a ton of to use throughout the year. Adeline had a sleepover party and everything that we gave the girls was 90% off. I got fuzzy socks last year. I got bath gels. I got little pouches, all of that kind of stuff. Okay, so now let's head into like the ornaments and Christmas decor. So again, you want to be shopping in this area so you have a sense of what your store has inventory wise, which is really helpful, as well as what are the things that you don't need to buy at 50% off and what are the things that are worth buying. So again, look at these, you guys. Bath bombs. I don't know how much these are. They're not on the right shelf. My guess is they're probably like 10 bucks. So those would be, if that's true, 5 and then 3 and then $1. I mean, yes, please, I will buy all of these for $1. So, oh yeah, look, they've got a sticker on them. They say $10 right on them. So there's so many of these. These would be a great end of the year teacher gift. You could give just those single bags to give to, you know, teachers like librarians and gym teachers and that sort of thing. Your class homeroom teacher, maybe you want to do a little basket for going into summer. So you can really be generous when you're shopping these great deals. There's also these really pretty mugs. They're $5, so those would go down to $2.50 and then $1.50 at 70% off, and then 50 cents if they make it to 90, which again, there's so much inventory. Look, these word mugs, there's so many of these at my store. Those will for sure be 90% off. How fun is this? A bath bomb advent calendar. It's $12. So if this gets to 90, it'll be $1.20. There's these cute little jewelry things. So like all of this stuff, isn't it just awesome? So really pay attention to what the inventory looks like in your store. I know I'm spoiled. My stores always seem to have a lot of inventory. This section here, this is another gifting section. All of this will go 50% off and none of it is Christmas looking. I mean, this one has a little bow on it. But like these bath salts, amazing. And they are $8, so they'll go down to $4, and then they will go down to why can I not do the math? It's $2.40, and then they'll go down to 80 cents. Okay, so I am seeing, so all of that stuff that I've shown you doesn't have any markdown. Now, the Christmas decor is marked down 30%. So if you were in here today, you could get any of this stuff at 30% off, but then the day after Christmas, it'll go 50. But all of this stuff, so all of this decor right now is 30% off. So you can see ornaments and stockings. I'm going to take you down this aisle. So like, look at all of these deer. So if you were hosting some sort of Christmas luncheon or something like that, there's so many of these I would bet $1 million that these will still be here at 90% off. Now, there won't be this many, of course, but there'll still be enough probably to do tables. Same with like these Santas and these sleds. All of these, those are $19.99, or no, they're $15. So if they go to 90, they'll go down to $1.50. These snowmen, how cute are these? These snowmen, there were snowmen last year that I bought 90% off that I am using to decorate tables at my kids' school for a January luncheon thing that I got for $1 last year that were $10. Okay, so ornaments. I want to show you guys again more of this kind of stuff, this gifty stuff. This is my favorite stuff to buy, but I don't buy any of it until it's at least 70% off, and most of it I wait till 90. But there's bath towel sets, like these would be fine for any time of year, right? There's little like cooking cake pop things. There's lots of salts and stuff. So look for this, see what the inventory is like at your store. Okay, now we are getting to lights and wrapping paper and boxes. So my store has tons of inventory of these like decorative lights down here. My husband was joking because I had like 10 boxes of them that I bought that we had for this year. Okay, so let's talk about, let me flip around a second. Okay, so you see all these Wonder Shop decorations. So these tend to go quickly. These Phillips ones for sure will go. They will not last to 90% off. It's, I think, rare for them to last even to 70% off. However, these little Wonder Shop animals, at my stores, I generally, if I get there right at 8 o'clock, right when the store opens, usually we'll be able to nab one at 70 or 90% off. I got several last year that we have in the front of our yard that our kids just love that were 90% off. So they were only $5, which I'm like, for $5, even if we only use them for a year or two, it's worth it. But again, it's going to depend on what the inventory is like in your store. Okay. Let me zip back here to trees. So again, it is going to depend on what the inventory is like. I'm going to grab my purse and just abandon ship here with my cart to go on this aisle for you guys. Okay, so let me flip this around. Okay, so these are throw blankets. Now you guys might remember that I got blankets for all of my kids' teachers this year. For last year. These are $49.99 blankets. So if these get to 90% off, those would be $5. Now, the likelihood is if they're back here and there's only a couple blankets, they probably won't. How that happened for me was they were actually still in the home goods area, and so people didn't know that they were on sale. Now, this is interesting. So look, all of this is the Magnolia Hearth and Hand collection, you know, the Chip and Joanna Gaines. Now, here's why I'm interested in this, because for the past year, since Christmas last year, Target has been stickering the Magnolia collection, meaning that it was only going up to 70% off and it wasn't following the seasonal markdowns. So this is super interesting that they have all of this Magnolia stuff back here, because that would make me believe that it is going to go to 90% off, in which case I will lose my mind and buy it all. These vases are gorgeous. These are from the Magnolia collection. Shoot, this one doesn't have a sticker on it. These are $12.99. So if these get to 90% off, they'll be $1.29. I'll die. Those are gorgeous. That is what every teacher in my school will get for sure if they go 90% off. But anyway, like these letters to Santa, these have been a huge hit every year since they launched this. I think this is what, the third year, or is it the second? Anyway, these are popular. I think it's $40. So 50% off, it'll be 20, then it'll be 10 or 12. And then it would be 4 if it got all the way down. The farmhouse, there are people on All Things Target who have totally gotten that in years past at 90% off. Look at these big vases. Like, are you kidding me? So I'm super excited to see that these are back here and that there's so much inventory. These travel sets, these would be super fun gifts to give to people, and they're not super seasonal. Really, none of this stuff I feel like is super seasonal. Obviously, the little trees and stuff, those are. But that's a huge win that all of that is back here. Again, let's look at this decor. Look how much is back here. Listen, I would not buy this at 50% off. It will absolutely go 70. Wrapping paper, they don't have a ton, but usually I will get wrapping paper at 70 to 90% off. I never ever buy it at 50% off, ever. Not at any store, because you can always get it cheaper. All of these baskets are really beautiful, and I think could totally work in your home year round. Those will go, they're $24.99, so they'll be $12.99, and then what is that? $2.50, $7.50, and then $2.50 if they go to 90. This aisle's looking pretty bare. This is gift bags and bows. I feel like in past years I've seen way more inventory before. Then if we go to this last aisle, I promise I'm not going to get you on. If we go to this last aisle, there's more bows and wrapping paper and that sort of thing. Here's more wrap. So all of this, you will absolutely be able to find wrap for sure at 50% off, but really I would wait to 70 to 90. There's just enough of it in stores that there's no sense in paying just 50% off. But here's wrap. None of this is marked 30% off yet. It's just the decorations. So I hope that gives you a clear sense of everything we're going to find here at Target during the massive markdown that's going to be happening in the next 2 weeks. See you later.